Reporting live from the Fairfield Inn in Rochester, Minnesota. Oh, I shouldn't say where I am. Well, whatever. I won't be here when this goes live.
It's not like you're gonna be back.
What?
It's not like you're gonna be back.
I feel like it's that, like, TikTok trend where it's, like, welcome to Genovia, and then you, like, open up, like, okay, look at it. It's so freaking snowy.
It's snowing?
It's so snowy.
What the heck?
Okay, welcome to the Ponyverse podcast. I'm Helen.
I'm Little Meg.
We're virtual today because I am in Minnesota and Megan is in Charlotte, so.
Yep.
A little discombobulated, but that's okay.
Yeah, everyone's blowing my phone up right now too. What's going on? I went from silence to everybody trying to contact me, and there's so much going on. And
How does the new store look? Because they're like moving everything out. Is it empty or?
I don't know what they were grabbing. Everything was gone. It's completely
That's like, yeah, she was like,
empty.
wait, 99% was gone on yesterday or whatever.
Yeah, everything's empty. I moved all of our racks over here so we can actually go through them and have like piles to hang stuff up.
Yeah.
I've taken over. Ponies have taken over.
No, I'm so excited. I feel like I'm starting to get excited now that, like, it's, like, empty and, like, we can start making it ours instead of it, like, feeling... Because I felt bad. I was like, I feel like we can't fully, like, explode, like, while we're still doing their stuff. So, that's so exciting. And our, like, permitting, I think, is going to be done soon so we can start construction. So, like, part of me was like, will this ever happen? And now it seems like it's gonna. No, it seems like it's happening. So, I'm really excited about that. But what else? What else is new with you?
Nothing.
Okay, cool. We had our Christmas party. It was so fun. No, I was, like, getting emotional because I was, like, just, like, I like to reflect and to reminisce.
Hello.
Asia's here. Hi, Asia. But yeah, no, I like to reflect and reminisce, and it was just crazy because we had 30 people at our party, and that wasn't even, like, our whole staff.
I know.
And last year we had, like, I don't know, 15.
Yeah.
So that was really sweet. Megan and Aaron did their little superlatives where they say, like, most likely to blah blah blah.
We did.
How long did it take for you guys to think of those?
Oh my god, so long. We met up on just a Wednesday night, and we were like, okay, how are we gonna do this? So we were going through the list of everybody alphabetically, and it was so hard because we know some people better than others, and we don't want to be, like, too formal, like, cheesy.
Yeah.
But we want it to be, like, personable. So we would work on one person, and he would, like, type out all the stuff, and then I'd go through the list of everybody, and I'd write little blurbs of what I know about them.
Uh-huh.
And then we would, like, discuss and figure out what we wanted to do, like, in the end about everybody.
Yeah, like, Breeze was most likely to make gay porn casual, and I laughed really hard at that.
She
loves heated rivalry.
Heated rivalry, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, Bella's was alphabet ass fingers.
Most likely to have
Cynthia Erivo ass fingers, because she got long ass nails. That was funny. No, I thought they were
my
also
personal
good.
favorite was Maria's. It said most chungus, and everybody had a description that was like, we love you, blah blah blah, but, like, this is why. And then her description was just bruh.
I know. Well, she was like, it just says bruh, and I was like, ah, and then I went over and I said, oh, it only says bruh. That's so funny. Yeah. No, I think it was really awesome that you guys did that. And I was just thinking too, I was like, wow, like, this is the last time we're all gonna be, like, from, like, at one place, like, in one store. And, like, next year it'll be like, there'll be people who, like, don't even know each other.
Right.
Which is crazy. And so I was, like, trying to soak it in, because I was like, this is, like, the last time that it'll be, like, this small. And I don't know, I just think that's really special.
Does that scare you?
A little bit. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, as you get bigger, it becomes like more corporate and like sad and like formal. But I also think like I don't think it'll ever get that corporate and formal. But yeah, it is like it is. I mean, I think in like the good ways, but yeah, it does. Mm-hmm. It makes me like kind of sad in the sense of like. But it's also like I can stop growing it whenever I want to. So like if it gets to a point where I'm like I hate this, then I can just like stop. So, we'll see. I think, like, recently I've been wanting less and less to, like, go to another city.
Oh.
But, like, never say never, you know?
Yeah.
But even just, like, driving between these two stores, I'm like, this is a lot, and they're, like, 10 minutes apart. I'm like, all this driving.
It's actually kind of nice that they're so close because someone had an appointment here at South Tryon, and they accidentally showed up at Camp North End. And then she drove over here, and she was, like, at the very tail end of her appointment, so we could still take her. And I was like, okay.
No, I think it's good. In my head, like, when I signed the lease, they were, like, further apart. But, like, now I'm like, no, I can get there in 10 minutes. But, like, if there's traffic, it's, like, 20.
Yeah.
And there's always traffic on freaking 77 or whatever, so. But I have a topic I want to talk about today.
Okay.
So I kind of want to talk about, like, this. I feel like since we've done the podcast, like, things have been, bless you, things have been going, like, really well, and we've had, like, small little issues, but, like, the reason I wanted to have this podcast was to share, like, in real time, like, struggles, and I feel like November was, like, a really hard month, financially, and I feel like I didn't really talk about it because it was, like, my engagement episode, and then, like, yes. And then I feel like December too, it's like ramping up. It's getting better. But like I feel like I want to talk about like I guess like what goes through like my mind when sales are low and like how I've kind of learned to deal with that and just kind of like share. And you can kind of share too like what we talk about like our little manager meetings like I don't know, just kind of like our mindset and like what we do when things aren't going great. Because I feel like October was like our biggest month. And, like, I feel like September was great, August was great, like, summer was great, and then, like, November was just, like, not good. And, like, it wasn't terrible, but it just was, like, I feel like because of Small Business Saturday and Black Friday, you, like, in your head, you're like, oh, yeah, it's going to be huge, and then it was just, like, Small Business Saturday was, like, our worst Saturday in, like, 4 months. And it, like, and just, like, being there, it's just, like, I hate this feeling, and I think, like, if you're like trying to start a business or do anything, you just like have to get used to this feeling of like getting your hopes up for the day and then like slowly realizing it's like not happening and then like slowly getting more and more disappointed and like being able to come back from that. But like I guess for like November, like our sales really weren't that bad. It was just like lower than the other months and like lower than what was expected. And like for me personally, like we have all this stuff with the new store that we're paying for, so like that's just like kind of an extra stress. And then like the holidays are expensive because we have like the party, like all this stuff, whatever. And it's just like a combination of like, okay, we're paying for a lot and like our sales are like not what we thought they were going to be. And then also like just I think I'm like entering the like discomfort area again that I haven't been in a while, and like that comes with growth, like opening a new store. And like it is really like you have to just like kind of get used to the feeling of like, okay, I'm spending like tens of thousands of dollars and this could all fail. And like to me, like I try to never consider failure, but I also like as I have more responsibilities now, like I'm responsible for more people, and like I won like most delusionally successful in the superlative. And I think like I was thinking about this morning, and I was like, I don't want to lose my delusion, but I also have to be like more practical at times because I'm like responsible for people and things. I don't know. So I feel like the way that I've just been thinking about it is like trying really hard to reframe my like disappointment and my like mental spiraling of like, oh, this is like all going to shit, to like, okay, this is a really good reminder. Like maybe I fell asleep at the wheel a little. Like what else can I do with marketing? Like we haven't done any email marketing in like months. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get back on my email marketing. I wasn't really posting on the Thrift Pony. Honestly, we really weren't doing much in hindsight. So I was like, hadn't really posted on the Thrift Pony TikTok in a while. So I was like, let me get it back on my TikTok game. I feel like Instagram is always my main focus, but like TikTok is so great for like people who don't, like I feel like Instagram is like our regulars, and then it's like TikTok is good for like discovering new people. And I feel like what we realized, especially on Black Friday weekend, was it was so many people who either were like coming home to Charlotte or like visiting Charlotte, and then our like regular people like left.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like finding those new audiences. So I think it was like how I'm trying to reframe it in my mind is like a reminder of like, oh, what other levers could I be pulling? Like, what other things can I be tapping into? Like, I kind of like getting slapped in the face by reality because it forces you to kind of like reinvent the wheel a little bit and like go back and be like, okay, what can I change? What can I do differently? And like, as much as it sucks and like I kind of like hate looking at my bank account right now, I'm like, okay, this is exciting. Like, maybe the universe is giving us this because like this is what we needed to like level up and to like get to the next level.
Yeah, and I think it's also like almost like a formula that you have to figure out. Especially with like either customers, consigners, inventory, and now that we have 2 locations, like we have to figure out all of this all over again and what works for people. Like, I know this doesn't necessarily go on to what you were saying, but bear with me. It's like we have to figure out what each location stands for. Like, in my eyes, the Camp North End location is going to be destination. Like, you're visiting Charlotte for the first time, you're going to this new exciting place that most cities don't have, and this store is fun, lively. Like, you want to come here, you visit Charlotte. The self-try-on location, I feel like this is going to be definitely a regular stop on a lot of people's day. Like, they'll get off of work, they'll stop by here out of the office, or they have a lunch break, let me go get a top for going out this weekend. So like, you really have to figure out your audience and the people you engage with. Like, we always talk about community, and I feel like that's so important. And it's been so hard for us to take a step back and look at what we're doing, why we're doing this, especially when you're in the weeds. You're like, oh my god, we're like, everything's going to shit, like, we're not making money. But it's like, again, sometimes you do need just a reality check to say like, okay, maybe this wasn't the best move. Time to figure out what's the next step and why are we doing this.
And I think that definitely like went along with it, and I feel like it's like we'll have to do a lot of this stuff with the new location too. Like, we'll open and we'll be like, oh, this is what like we think sells so well, and then like, what if it's just like totally wrong, and we have to like but it's like we did that at Plaza where we just like, remember when we first opened and it was just like a mess, and then we were like, oh, people really like this sort of thing, people really like this sort of thing, and it's like you just kind of learn. And like, I don't know, I think that's all really exciting, but it's also like I want to be vulnerable and say like there are times where I like can't sleep at night and like I'm like, oh my god, what if I like just bought a house and I have this store and it like all falls apart, and like I just am like thousands and thousands of dollars in debt, and like everyone hates me. But
it's really hard, especially for a secondhand shop, to figure out how to have a good balance of in-store sales and profit versus e-commerce, because we cannot upload every single item we get. Like, you take a photo, you post it, and it's gone. Like, a lot of boutiques and stuff, they'll take a picture, post it, and they have like a quantity of 500. We can't do that. It takes so much time and effort to curate our drops. That's why we do it. And like, even then, it's really hard. It's a gamble, and there's so many moving factors and like trends that we don't know how to predict, and sometimes it bites us in the butt, but sometimes it works in our favor.
Well, and like, I feel like with the online drops, like, those are like partially for revenue, but then also a lot for marketing. Like, it's showing people like, oh, this is how you can like style these things. But like, yeah, people will be like, why don't you, like, I didn't see this like sweater that I saw in the store online. I'm like, we have like what, 8,000 items in the store?
9,000.
And like, I think what people sometimes don't get is like, when stuff is on our website, we can't have it in the store too, because if you think about it, like, if you buy it online and it's in the store, it could be like in someone's hand that they're trying on. So what are we gonna do, run out there and grab it out of their hand and get it to you? Like, so we have to pull things from the store, hold them in the back. We hold them in the back for a week, and so they're on the website, people buy them, then we can like, you know, ship them out or put them by the little pickup area or whatever. After the week, we like basically do this thing, we have to like exclude them from the website, so they're like not on the website anymore at all, because that's just happened before, where we'll like hide them, but they're like in someone's cart and they'll still buy them and it'll be out in the store, and then someone's trying to buy it in the store, and like that's really confusing. So like that's honestly the biggest challenge with e-commerce and in store, is like we can never have it, like if you see something online, you can't really come in and like look at it in store. You have to like ask for it, we can get it from you from the back, but that's like kind of a challenge that we don't really have a solution for. But I think for secondhand clothing, like in person is always going to be cheaper because of the labor that's associated with listing it online, and that's why like Depop, Poshmark, those types of things like are always more expensive than like, that's why too when we're pricing, this is like a whole nother tangent, but like I know you know, like when Megan's pricing stuff, it's like we always look at what it's selling for on Poshmark and try and go for like significantly lower than that, because like if you can just Google it and find it on Poshmark, you're not going to want to like dig through the racks in our store and get it. Like you should get a discount for like doing all that work. I don't even know what we're talking about, just challenges, and like I think it's just like emotions too, and like learning to manage emotions. And like I think in the past, like I would get so, I couldn't separate like my emotions from like the facts of what was happening, and I would get really like avoidant with my bank account, like not look at numbers because I was scared of them and like whatever. And I think I've had to like, somewhere I've grown is like really trying to separate the emotions from like what's happening, and like see what's happening and not let it tell me like, oh, you're a shitty business owner, oh, like you're destined for failure. And like I feel like I'll get those thoughts for like 5 seconds, and I'll be like, no, get out and like, and just be like, okay, what's actually happening here, and like what can I do to fix it? And it's hard. I don't know. I do really feel like the biggest challenge in like running a business is like the emotional part, honestly, because it's like sometimes it just feels like I feel like I don't always feel like the weight of everything that's like on my shoulders. But then there's times where I do, and then I'm like, and then I just get over it and keep going.
Especially since you have so much else going on in your life. Like, this podcast is definitely more focused on business, but we talk about like you getting engaged, our daily life. Like, it's so hard to be able to balance both of those as someone who is owning and running and doing literally everything. So of course it's going to be discouraging when one thing doesn't work out, and it feels like it impacts everything in your life. Yeah,
and like I feel like I've gotten better about having like other things outside of the business. That's the thing too, where like I used to get so emotionally wrapped up in it, and now I'm like, well, I have my singing lessons, so I can go become a famous singer if my business fails, and it's fine. Or like, I don't know, I feel like it is very, it is just hard. So just if you're a fellow business owner and going through it, like just know nobody like doesn't feel this way sometimes. And I think in life it's just like feeling like kind of a loser and then getting back up and keep going. And that's on that.
And that's on that.
But yeah, like I feel like I met with a girl the other day who wants to open her own like psychic shop, and I thought it sounded so cool. And I love talking with people who are like wanting to open their own businesses. But she was just like trying to figure out where to start and like how to do it and all that. And like, I kind of like missed that phase of like the beginning and like the exploration of it all. Cause now it's like, it's so, I don't know, I feel like in the beginning you could just do like whatever and you're like testing little things and it's like so exciting when things work and all that. And now it's like, now where we are now, it's like, oh, it's like serious. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's just how I'm feeling right now.
I know there's a lot to be reflective on, just from the, I don't even want to say failure, because I don't think Black Friday and Small Business Saturday were failure.
Yeah.
It's just the disappointment.
The downturn.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, yeah.
Seeing everybody in this one space that is part of Pony.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also so much to be so excited about, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had this one regular shopper, consignor, and she came and dropped off clothes yesterday, and we were just talking, and I was like, do you want to look around? And we were just looking around, and even as someone who just supports us, you could see the excitement on her face. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, look how much room, and we just literally spun around in the room. Like, it was just so fun.
That's so cute.
It's just like, it really is the people that make it worth it, and all the struggles. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, and like, I'd rather, also every time I'm struggling with this, I'm like, I'd rather be having these problems than like be sitting at my stupid desk at my stupid office job.
Right.
Because my problems there would just be like, I'm bored. Or like, I don't want to have this stupid meeting with these people because I'm going to bang my head against a wall. Like, I think having like problems like this makes me feel alive.
Yeah. And like, at the end of the day, it's just clothes.
It's just clothes, and like, if this all goes up in flames, I learned a lot, and I'll be on to the next thing.
Yeah, and we got to impact a lot of people and like be able to do community work. Like,
yeah,
being able to donate to so many charities, support other small businesses in our markets, or like pop-ups. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, you get to meet so many new people. It's so fun and exciting.
Well, and I like love seeing like you grow too. Like, I feel like you've grown so much.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
When you were like an anxious, I feel like you said this on the first episode, but like from an anxious little kid to like a slightly less anxious 24-year-old. No, but just seeing you like the way you can like your like communication and like the way you can like set boundaries now and like tell people no, whereas before people would like try to, you'd be like
yeah,
and like shut down.
I just remember I had this one therapist, and she was like, yeah, and you being an extrovert. And I said, extrovert? Who are you talking to? She's like, you're definitely an extrovert. It's like, I don't think so. And then I told everyone at work, and everyone was like, oh, yeah. And then now that I do have more confidence or less anxiety about things that I used to feel, I feel extroverted, and I can feel that change in myself too. Yeah. And
it's a good energy from being around people.
Yeah, it's like a superpower. It's pretty awesome.
I feel the opposite. I feel like as I've gotten older, I've become more of an introvert, but
well, I think
that's just personal.
Like a problem with like introvert or extrovert. It's just like more, the superpower is knowing yourself and knowing what helps drive you.
And you're definitely an extrovert. Like, you love being around people.
Yeah.
You hate being alone.
I hate being
alone. Okay, wait, let's talk about something more fun now.
Okay, what do you
watch any good movies? Wait, can you talk about your grandma? Okay, so
this
made me cry.
In high school, my grandma and I didn't drive. I didn't do anything. So she would pick me up from school sometimes. It was like right around when my mom left. So she would like be there for me. And we would hole up in her apartment, and we would watch all the Oscar nominated films before the Oscars, just to like, I don't know, do something, because we both like movies. And the Golden Globes nominations came out, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the movies. I didn't end up going. I was too tired. So I sent my grandma a voice note, and I was like, hey, there's this movie theaters, the Independent Picture House, like, they play a bunch of indie movies, a lot of Oscar nominated, like, you know, reward winning movies, and I really wish you were here with me. Like, I wish we could go back to the time where we were holed up in your apartment, and I'm missing you. And the response she sent was so stinking sweet, like, out of nowhere. I want to read it, because it was You just made my day, even my week. I think of you with a tenderness and yet strength like no other grandchild. You forgave me when I cut off all your hair, and yet it was so cute. We went to go get a trim, and the lady brought out, like, clippers. So we joke about that all the time. When you had compassion for my mother when I could not. My great-grandma was mean. I think I've talked about her, but I loved her, and she hurt her a lot. You have always been true to yourself when I'm not even sure who I am. Mostly when you love honestly and big. Life has been incredulously blessed to love you. What the heck?
That's so cute.
Yeah. And, like, she'll always send, like, long messages just talking about her life, other people in the family, and, like, they're super sweet, but that was the first time she's ever, like, directed the sweetness at me via text like that. And I have a really good relationship with her. Like, she's my best friend, but that was just so stinking sweet, and I don't know, just made me miss her so much.
No, it was so cute. It was so sweet. I was just like, you and your little grandma.
Yeah. I mean, she's the girl. And, like, she's not a grandma who's just, like, out of touch. She's super...
No, she's like a baddie. She's only like 70-something, right?
She's 79.
That's like how old my dad is.
Yeah. So, like, she loves Instagram. She hates Trump. Like, she is tech savvy, and she's very aware and interested in every grandchild's life.
Sandy.
I don't know. I'm just so grateful for
So
her.
sweet. Speaking of grandmas, I'm in Minnesota because my grandma's funeral's tomorrow, and it was so cute because I was like looking through. We were at her apartment yesterday, just like looking through stuff, and like I found all these, or my mom was like pulling out all these pictures of her. My grandma was like a little kid, and like in college, and she was like so gorgeous, and it's just funny because she was like wearing like power suits like in college, and she was very much like we wouldn't have been friends. She was just very much like in charge, like PTA president, like on like the road. She was on all the like committees and very much like like goody two shoes. And like when I was interviewing her before she died, she was like, I was like, what would your parents describe you as a kid? And she was like, Little Miss Perfect. She was like, I was perfect. But it was funny because my mom found these like her little like journals, not journals, like little calendar thing, but she kind of used it as her journal because every day she would like write what happened that day. And her senior year of college, her and my grandpa met when she was a junior in college, he was a senior. So her senior year, he went off to Nam and was in Vietnam. So she would write like every time he wrote a letter to her, and then she would write like, Jack, a letter, Jack, 2 letters, Jack, this letter. And then she wrote when they went to like formal together, and she went when they had their first official date and like how lovely it was. And then she wrote when like when they got engaged, and then like a month after they got engaged, on like that date she wrote 1 month engaged today, and then 2 months, she said 2 months engaged today. And it was so cute because she was like 22. And she was just like, sweet. And it was so sweet. So it was really fun, and I'm excited to go back there and look up some more things. But grandmas are the best.
Okay. How do you feel? This is a loaded question. John Green, he was the author of our generation. My generation, I only
knew who he was because of TikTok.
What? Okay, I'll make.
What did he write?
In one of his books, like The Fault in Our Stars or something, he said something about like oblivion and the fear of oblivion, and I think about that often. And as you that up, I do not fear that. Like the idea of someone being able to read my letters after I'm gone, that is what's terrifying to me. It just shows how like everything you do is recorded to the extent you want, or can be found and traced back to you. Like everything can be traced back to one person or another, and like there's just so much history in the world. I don't.
So you don't want to have any evidence that you exist?
No, it's not that. It's like
It's so existential.
I know, but like I'm aware I'm just a stepping stone in life that is human, and I'm okay with that, and I'm really, really happy with the little life I've created and the people I've impacted. But it's like the thought of centuries past, someone having that same identity, and then I can just read their letters, and like it's like I know who they are. Like, okay,
like someone finds your little crafts in like 100 years, and they're like, they don't even have paper anymore, but they're like, what's this little craft? Why would a girl make this? And they hang it on their wall, because like, what if it's like someone like you who's like, look at this little craft that a girl made 100 years ago, and she likes like 100-year-old things, and you're just on her wall.
Well, it's just like, I recently saw Hamnet, and it's the story of Shakespeare and his wife losing a child, and how he wrote Hamlet to forever have his son, forever grieve his son, and like people will continue to grieve him for the rest of life, and you'll never forget, like no one will ever forget who Hamlet was. And that is so beautiful to me, but it's also like so terrifying that there's just a whole life after us.
I guess like it's funny. I think it's funny because like, what if like when you die, like in the kick I'm on right now is like when you die, you just like go into like the trees and like the ocean and stuff, and you're kind of everywhere. So like, what if someone's just like collecting your things and you're just like in the tree outside, like, hey, that's mine. Like, hey, stop. And then you can like your trees, so you just like fall in their house.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. To me, I'm just like, that's none of my business. I hope they think I'm cool.
Fair enough.
I think I want people to always remember who I am. Like, I want people to like find my shit and like, yeah.
You are someone that will be remembered forever.
Oh my god, thanks.
No, you are.
I'm working on it. But like, I don't know, I guess when I think about it though, I'm like, I feel like in my college, I remember like during swimming, I was like, I hope that nobody ever breaks my records, because I like want to be on this record board forever. But now I'm like 30 and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm never gonna go back there, or maybe I will, like with my kid, but like I feel like you'll be like worrying about other stuff, I don't know, in your afterlife. You'll be like haunting someone.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'll like love being a ghost, I think.
Oh my gosh. Asia and I went and saw Eternity, and that movie was so good. The plot of the movie is you die and you get to decide where you spend the rest of eternity. Like, there's so many different versions. Like, there's a heaven eternity, there's a vampire eternity, there's like museum eternity, like whatever you could find paradise in, there's that. And this character, it's like a love triangle. She's trying to decide if she wants to be with her first husband that passed away in war and she never got to have a life with, or her second husband that she spent an entire life with. And as soon as we like finished, I was just thinking throughout the entire movie, where would my eternity be? Like, what would I choose? And as cheesy as it is, I would pick this same exact life, just without the worries in it. Like, if my sister could be right next door to me, and I could just, I'm thinking of my house with Bella right now, if I could just be in that house and like paint art all day and not worry about anything in the world, that is my dream, like eternity.
So beautiful. Eternal Bella, eternity. No, I really love that. Yeah, I feel like nothing would be fun forever. That's why eternity like freaks me. I'm like, there would be no. I'm like, I wish I could like, and if that was like my choice, I would want to switch whenever I wanted, because I'm like, anywhere would get boring.
In this scenario, you can't.
Well, that's why it's a movie.
That's why it's a movie.
I want to be like that. I want to be in the trees. Like, I want to be in the trees. I want to be in the breeze. I want to be in the whatever that Hunger Games song is.
Oh, don't get me started on the Hunger Games.
I want to be all right. No, last night we were talking about like what we would want to be done with us when we're dead, and my mom was like, I don't want to be like a body. I want to be like cremated, but like buried underground. And I was like, I want to be like go to like 2 scoops and like throw my ashes there, and then like create an ice cream flavor with them. That's what I want to happen to me.
Throw her ashes on the ice cream, a little extra.
As like a little drizzle.
Favor.
It'll be sweet. They'll be a little bit pink. It'll be fun.
Disgusting.
Anyways, on that note, Megan, if you were an article of clothing this week, what would you be?
Oh my god. I would be... I feel like I always say this, but like a nightgown. I would be a haunting nightgown.
Yeah. And you are.
Yeah. Helen?
I'm thinking.
She's thinking.
I would be this Victoria's Secret gold label purple nightgown that my mom gave me yesterday that used to be my grandma's, because I've been a little stuffy. I've been a little bit sick, but like not actually sick, and I've just been trying. I canceled every single holiday party I was invited to last week. I didn't go to one. Because I was like, if I go, I'm gonna get sick. Like I'm teetering. And so I've been like, but in like I feel like I say this one a lot too, but I don't care. Like, I've been relaxing, but in like luxury. Mm-hmm. And then also like reminiscing on like my family's history, and it's my grandma's old robe, so that's what represents that. And like I've been working a lot, but as much as I have been able to, I've been taking it easy, and then just like feeling beautiful.
And you are.
And I am. My mom, yesterday we were going through my grandparents' closet, and she gave me like 15 vintage cashmere sweaters that were my grandpa's. And I said, yes.
Heck yeah.
And I texted, Alex is coming tomorrow, and I was like, bring a carry-on. I need storage to bring these home, because I want these. Oh my god, wait. Okay, this is so not even that exciting, but I want to share it. I went thrifting here yesterday, and I went to a frickin' Savers. And Savers is a frickin' scam. More expensive than Thrift Pony. For just like a messy, and maybe they're not all like this, because I've seen people make like positive videos about Savers, but like a Zara sweater was like $15, and it was like pilly. And then, but it was kind of like they were pricing things high, but they didn't, maybe this is what sells with their market, but like I found this gorgeous like St. John brand, like vintage 100% wool, like mini skirt, and it was $4. But then like Banana Republic would be like $15 for like a shirt. And like I found these really cool Harley Davidson boots that were like $80, and I was like, you guys,
that's crazy. I hear people talk positive about it.
It had decent stuff, but I think it's because it's like kind of overpriced, so things probably weren't selling that fast. Like they had a bunch of good like Nautica jackets, but they were like $30. I was like, I'm not paying $30 for this. But I went because I like didn't really bring an outfit to wear to the funeral, so I like had to get some stuff, and I got a really cute little like vintage cardigan, and a little skirt. And I did find an L. Bean barn jacket for $15, which I thought was a pretty good deal. But yeah, I was like, I feel like we're in like a small town. Like we're not in like a big town. So I'm like, why is this expensive? Like, that's kind of crazy, but
that is crazy.
It was busy, so I guess people don't really care. And I had to pay for it. They don't have any cashiers. It's all self-checkout, which was like kind of crazy to me. And then you have to pay for bags, which is whatever, but it's a paper bag with no handles. I was like, why would I want a bag with no handles? That's the same as just carrying my stuff.
Yeah, that's dumb.
So it was like, it would have been awesome if it was like, if everything was like 50% of the price that it was. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Anyways, anything else, Megan?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening. Our episode next week will be our last one for the year, so we'll probably do some type of like year in review shenanigans.
Actually, it won't even be the last one for the year. I'm dumb.
We might take next week off. We'll see. Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us on the Ponyverse podcast. Thanks for coming to the Ponyverse with us. We love you guys so much. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.